Generally, it is the responsibility and duty of a civilized society to take care of a person who is suffering from a disease. Similarly, each and every member of a civilized society has to know appropriate medication for specific ailments. Regrettably, in Nepal, many people regard certain diseases to occur as a result of divine punishment, evil eye, punishment for one's misdeed in the previous life, curse, sin, and so on. Such a belief has deeply rooted the mentality of Nepalese society in general. Consequently, persons suffering from particular disease are discredited, stigmatized, and socially outcast by member of society and in many cases by own family member. The so-called social outcasts are eventually hated by the family and as a whole by the civilized society, which leads the sufferer toward complete isolation. Such cases of social stigma are commonly prevalent in rural areas and in particular illiterate communities all over the country. Leprosy-infected people are one amongst many sufferers of such diseases. The life of a leprosy-affected person is full of pain, sorrow, and inhuman. Rudramaya is one of the leprosy-affected old women born in remote village of Ramechhap district of Nepal. She had leprosy 55 years ago at the age of 12. Her father, also a leprosy patient, died when she was only a young child. Rudramaya's mother too passed away when she was only 11. Rudramaya, in her search for a shelter, roamed around the village one after another for 5 years, by which time she was badly hit by the disease, which resulted in severe deformities. In her search for a permanent shelter, she landed up in the same village where she was once born. The villagers, after seeing her badly deformed and mutilated parts of body, built a shed in the middle of a forest. Rudramaya spent her next 50 years in the same shed until she was rescued by New Saddle in July 2003.
वहाँ त अब पहाडमा दूर गर्ने छिसी दूर गर्छ यस्तो पिसिडी पिँढीमा घरमा बस्न दिदैनन् भित्र पस्न दिदैनन् यहाँ त मलाई त राम्रो छ नि कता कता छ म आँखा देख्दिन एउटा बन्द यो बन्द भएको चाहिँ भयो 2-4 वर्ष 3 वर्ष 4 वर्ष जति भयो यो दाइ देब्रे चाहिँ पोहोर असारदेखि
Kali Maya, known as Tiger Lady, also has a similar story to tell us. Kali Maya was kicked out of her family by her own husband and son, who was then forced to take shelter in a den which was preoccupied by a tiger. The tiger became friendly with her during the time she spent in the den.
त्यो होला होला यही बस्छु भनेर मैले भन्यो अनि गाउँको मान्छेले भाग बस्नु उडाल्नु राख्थ्यो यो त्यत्रो बाघ आयो बाघ आउँछ आगो फुयो भने आउँदैन आगो फुएन भने आगो फुयो भने त्यो त आउँदैन आगो फुयो भने त भाग्छ ढुङ्गामै पिनेर धान चामल बनाएर खाएको ढुङ्गामै ओख्ली पनि थिएनन् ढिकी पनि थिएनन् जातो पनि थिएनन् पाले नि
Rudramaya is a very happy person nowadays. After 50 years of painful life, she is now treated for the disease, has a nice shelter and a social life. She shares her bitter experiences of life with her newly found friends at the ashram. The ashram is a home built and developed by New Saddle as a permanent shelter for people like Rudramaya and many more who cannot work and have no one to turn to for help. There are altogether 24 persons at ashram. The organization is fostering the helpless and stigmatized leprosy patients in a homely environment. Old Age Home was established in 1989 in Gaushala, Kathmandu as Sewa Kendra Leprosy Station by a Germany-based NGO, NEPRA EV. Since 1997, New Saddle have been taking care and executing the program formerly looked after by NEPRA EV. During the earlier days, when NEPRA EV started its activities, there were many leprosy-affected people suffering from recurring ulcers in their hands and legs. They were used to beg around Pashupatinath temple in Kathmandu. At that time, begging was the only means of survival for many leprosy-affected persons. Begging, being a social stigma, was a challenge for NEPRA EV to minimize it. The challenge eventually led NEPRA EV to start its rehabilitation work in 1991. Nevertheless, the medical and social work of NEPRA EV continued together with the rehabilitation work hand in hand. Medical and social work commenced in April 1989 with only 5 affected persons from Pashupati.
Our work started in 1989 in Gaushala with a mere number of 5 people, and these 5 people were all leprosy affected people and who were solely dependent on begging. So for them, only the way of survival was the begging. And we're really glad to note that this number has increased over the years, and we are looking after 450 plus leprosy, polio and other kind of disabled, their dependents, children and old age people.
These ex-leprosy patients were in deep need of ulcer care. Initially, it was expected to return all the medically cured persons back to their home, village or society, but during the course of treatment, it became apparent that these social outcasts have absolutely nowhere to turn to. Medical care alone was not sufficient to support the survival of a beggar. Accordingly, NEPRA EV, after facing struggles and difficulties, established a rehabilitation wing which could eventually offer these one-time leprosy beggars a sustainable income which can help them to earn a living on their own.
After medical treatment, we provide different training skill to them. After training, we guaranteed job to them. Right now we have only 9 different skills, but this is not enough for to employ more people. That's why we are planning to expand other handicraft skill.
The prime objective of New Saddle, formerly NEPRA EV, is to provide free medical services to the socially stigmatized leprosy patients and help them to generate income for their livelihood. New Saddle were able to earn more than 2.2 million rupees from sale of handicraft goods produced by the ex-leprosy patients by 1995. Currently, New Saddle has a total sales turnover close to rupees 20 million. International sale accounts for 90%, while the domestic remains at 10%. This is the Arogya Ashram, the medical center run by New Saddle in Kapan, Kathmandu. The Arogya Ashram offers free medical service not only to ex-leprosy patients but also to others who are suffering from other diseases at no cost. The services are aimed at helping the poor and the needy people of the locality. Medical doctors, nurses and other specialist services offered from the clinic. Essential available medicines are offered free of cost to general public too. New Saddle has been running free roadside clinics in Malikudhading and Buranilkantha, Kathmandu with the cooperation of local clubs. The clinics are run in their search for fresh leprosy cases.
Our main aim is to find out the new leprosy cases, that means fresh cases in different parts of the country. After taking the history and clinical examination, and we used to bring those patients in our new center, Sewa Kendra, for the further investigation. If the smear is negative, then we'll keep them in follow-up for 1 year or 2 years, for 1 year to 2 years. If they want to go back home, they will go back. If they don't want, and we'll keep them in our Seva Kendra for the rehabilitation.
It is 10 o'clock in the morning. The medical team of New Saddle has arrived in Maliku to commence their weekly routine of treating patients. Patients are waiting for them. Many of these people walked for more than 3 hours to be checked by the doctors. The clinic has been rendering its services specially to the poor, disadvantaged and marginalized people. New Saddle has plans on hand to extend its medical services to other parts of the country as well.
Our main target is to find out the fresh leprosy cases for the poor people, especially for the poor people in the different parts of our country, especially in the remote areas. And we are thinking to expand the new such type of roadside clinic in the remote areas.
तिनीहरूले पनि सुलभ तरिकाले स्वास्थ्य सेवा यो क्लब र यो संस्थाका कारणले अहिले उपलब्ध भइरहेको छ 15 दिनमा जुन सेवा दिइराखेको छ अब यो अत्यन्तै सराहनीय छ
राम्रै भइराखेको छ है उहाँहरूले चाहिँ निशुल्क चाहिँ औषधि वितरण गरिरहनु भएको छ जाँच नपनि उहाँहरूले निशुल्कै गरिराखेको छ.
All the helpless leprosy patients receiving treatment from the center live in this home. The home has 25 beds. New Saddle have begun construction of the first floor of the ashram with a view of providing 25 additional beds. These elderly people are physically weak and have lost different parts of their body due to leprosy, but they are now relieved from pain and are happy. These people spend their time by chatting with each other, watching television, enjoying music and singing during the free time. The lady seen here is devoted to care these elderly people. These people are the same people who used to beg around the temples long time back. After they were cured, New Saddle provided them handicraft-based skill training according to their physical and mental abilities. They are all now earning a livelihood on their own. Some of them have lost their finger while others have lost their toes, but they work happily and willingly for a mission. This is a paper production unit of New Saddle. The women are involved in production of different kinds of paper products which are really fascinating. These products have gained popularity in international market and demand for these products is increasing every day. Workers involved in this textile section are happy. Both the ex-leprosy patients and normal ordinary people, male and female, are working together. Pashmina and other textiles are woven here. This textile is sewn in this tailoring section and products made here are sold both in national and international market. This is a storeroom which is full of the ready-made products. These people have prepared all these marketable goods. The production process has been maintained as per international quality standard. New Saddle has been selling its products mainly to alternative traders in Europe, America, Japan and Australia. New Saddle has also been taking part in different trade fairs and exhibitions held in countries like Germany and the United Kingdom. Moreover, New Saddle is affiliated to Fair Trade Group Nepal, and through this institution it has taken the membership of Asia Fair Trade Forum and International Federation for Alternative Trade, etc.
New Saddle is helping very old people, people who have had leprosy, and other disabilities is absolutely wonderful, and it's such a beautiful compound there with its terraces now that are being made, and the concept is just so lovely with those buildings and the terraces where the vegetables are going to be grown, and it was done with such spirit and determination, and of course has attracted donations from many people who share the vision. And I look forward to coming back in a few years' time and seeing how it's grown and how there are many more people being able to live out their lives up there, and those of them who are able can do the sort of weaving that we're surrounded by here and other things to help earn their living.
This is Fulbari, the daycare center. The center is established to look after the children of the workers. The organization bears all expenses for daycare center and for the education of children of leprosy and other disabled persons up to class 12. These young people got an opportunity of studying higher education with the help and assistance of New Saddle.
छोराछोरी चाहिँ अहिले छोरी चाहिँ 12 मा पढ्दै छ, छोराले 12 सिद्धरा बसिरहेछ जेठोले, अनि कान्छो 9 मा पढिरहेछ, अनि खर्च चाहिँ अब फीहरु सबै अफिसले नै दिन्छ, अफिसले नै गरिरहेको छ.
New Saddle is providing free educational services to more than 100 children of leprosy affected parents like Harimaya's children.
यहाँ अब हाम्रो बालबच्चा पढ्नु पाए त्यही खुसी लाग्यो मलाई. 40-50 जना बच्चाहरु छ, सबैले पढाइ दिइरहेको छ.
New Saddle has arranged life insurance, provident funds and saving schemes for the economic upliftment of the workers. Housing schemes is also incorporated in welfare programs. New Saddle built or bought these houses of Kalayabara and Kathmandu for its beneficiaries. These one-time beggars are now living in a proper home under a social environment. This is not just a change in personal life, but a focus for social transformation and a modest contribution to foster humanity. This is a consequence of the ambition of New Saddle for the sustainable rehabilitation of the leprosy patients. New Saddle will continue its effort to extend and expand such rehabilitation programs in the days to come.
Our focus is more on the rehabilitation part, and we would very much like to see our rehabilitation network being stretched to 5 development zones of the country. Unfortunately, we are currently focused in the central region, and our sincere hope is to reach at least 1 rehabilitation center in each development zone.
The joys and happiness seen on an individual may be seen as a change in a person, but the social changes brought about by this fact is a solid example of the achievement of goal. Long-term and sustainable rehabilitation of leprosy is only possible with ambitious plans like this organization has undertaken. New Saddle is further committed to extend and expand the rehabilitation work in the days to come with broader views and inspiration. Harimaya, born in a remote village of Okaldhunga district, had leprosy when she was 19. She tried her best to heal the disease through faith healing, but without a success. As the disease was cured as expected, she was hated by her family members and was totally isolated from social life. Eventually, she was kicked out of a home by her husband together with 3 children. Harimaya eventually ended up in Sewa Kendra, where she was medically treated and offered a job. Ever since joining the organization, Harimaya has married Agam Subba, also a ex-leprosy and an employee of New Saddle. Harimaya has acquired a house with help and assistance from New Saddle and continues to enjoy her life with her 3 children who are in their teens now. Harimaya's eldest son has finished his class 12 now and is preparing himself for university. The family enjoys itself in their new home.
अब उ त त्यसै खुसी नै अब हैन हामी खुसी नै छौं है अब उ भन्दा पनि किन खुसी भन्दाखेरि विशेष कुरा चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ सन्तुष्टि हुने कारण के हुँदा रहेछ भने आफ्नो छोराछोरीहरुले चाहिँ राम्रो किसिमको बाटो लागिदिँदाखेरि र हैन हामी खुसी छौं अनि त्यसकारणले हामीले अफिसले पनि हामी माथि सम्मान र हामी माथिको हेरविचार गर्देको अनुसारमा हामी गर्देकोमा हामी चाहिँ धेरै म चाहिँ खुसी छु ह्यापी छु है.
There are many more people who are living happily in the rehabilitation center located in Kapan, Kathmandu and Kalaya like Harimaya. Their lives have taken a turn from troubles to pleasure. These people are happy to live in the houses bought and built by New Saddle in Kalaya and Kathmandu with financial assistance from a group of sisters from Oorschot, the Netherlands.
भर्खरै हाम्रो चाहिँ 4 जनाहरुले घर पनि पाइसके. एउटा पास हुनु मात्र एउटा बाँकी छ, 5 औं पुगेछ. अनि 2-3 जनाहरुले चाहिँ जग्गाहरु पनि किनिसकेका छन्.
बच्चाहरुलाई पढाइदिन्छन्. अब हाम्रो उपचारहरु पनि खर्च दिनुहुन्छ. अनि यो कोठाबाल मगी भाताहरु यो हाम्रो उपदानहरु सञ्चयको सबै काट्छन्. बचतहरु सबै छ हाम्रो यो. सबै सहुलियत एकदम राम्रो छ.
देखि अब घर दियो अब हामी खुसी छौं नि त.
न्यू सेटलले मलाई अब तलब दिएको छ. कोठाबाल बस्नेलाई दिएको छ हैन. कोठाबाल दिइरहेछ. घरहरु पनि किनिदिरहेछ. घर किनिदिरहेछ अहिले हालसल्लै मलाई त.
बसेको भिख दुख मागेर खाएको. खान्दै खान्दै 4-5 महिना बस्यो. वैशाखमा आयो. पुसमा यता आयो. यता आएर त फेर झोपडी बान्यो सबै मान्छेले जग्गा किनेर त कोही सरकार कतौ भयो उपरी भयो केसी सरहरु आएर त मकान बनायो.
अहिले खुसी छु म. हमारा घर बन गया. झोपड़ी से पकाकर ईंटा को दीवार जोड़ दिया, घर बन गया.
In Nepal, there are many organizations involved in social work, but they are all not able to explore possible ways and sources for sustainable fund generation and mobilization. Consequently, most of these organizations are found fully dependent on financial aid from other institutions. New Saddle differs from those organizations since it is capable of financing 75% of its total annual expenses from its own income. It has its own premises, about a hectare in size, and equipped with necessary infrastructure for its rehabilitation, medical and social activities. This has increased the possibility for the accommodation of additional leprosy patients.
The income we are talking about is not only limited to the sale of handicraft. We are also exploring for other possibilities which also can generate some kind of income, whereby our rehabilitation part is able to sustain and support the medical and the social part. We have been able to generate 75% of our total expenses every year, and definitely our ultimate aim is to be 100%. Currently we are focused more on ex-leprosy, polio and other disabled, but what we foresee is perhaps in 10 years time the leprosy might not be as severe as now. So we have accordingly amended our charter, whereby we have a possibility to grow and work in other fields such as HIV, STD and other social evils which are prevalent in this country and which is really damaging the country's socio-economic life.
Dedicated staff and worked out plan are key to the success of New Saddle's program and activities. The organization does not discriminate leprosy patients and other general people. Each and everyone is committed and dedicated to their duties and responsibilities, rendering their possible best contribution for the betterment of the organization. Now it is 9:30 in the morning. Officials and workers of New Saddle are joining for duty. Now it is 5:15 in the evening. All the officials and workers are returning home after a hard work. This is a routine schedule for everyone except for those who are residing here. These are the people treated and rehabilitated. This is the time they all are doing their best for collective work, and this is the place where they found their home and social life, where a model of social service is being developed. Harimaya and others who were once living a troublesome life due to social stigma have got an opportunity of a new life marked with pleasure, peace and prosperity. Consequently, they have forgotten their troublesome past and now enjoy a cordial present. New Saddle has been doing its best for a noble social service. Efforts will be there for a continued well-being. Leprosy patients will keep smiling, being happy and cheerful. This is indeed a noteworthy contribution to social service and can be regarded as an archetype of humanity full of devotion and eternity. Let humanity prevail on earth forever.